Hello everyone and welcome back to what is unfortunately going to be our final episode of Season 2 of Friendly Fire.
It's not the last one. You're not going to get rid of us that easy. Don't worry. You'll
There's
see
more,
us again.
just not for a while.
Just not for a while.
As always, I am Thomas Delzeit, who is one of your hosts.
I'm Sam, the other host.
And we'll get right back with you after this intro. And welcome back. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different that we haven't done on this show before. We're actually going to be revisiting a previous topic with the exact same cast. Today we're going to be revisiting the food fight episode. So I hear that Nolan here has been thinking a lot about your previous answer.
So last time, this was a Hall of Fame performance for me.
It really was.
The question was,
incredible.
what is the best meal or dish to bring to a food fight? And my answer was whole seafood boil, 2 minutes-ish into cooking. You have soft-ish potatoes that are still hard. They could do some damage. You got little corn on the cobs. You have boiling water, and you have crabs that are fighting to survive. They're pissed. Yeah, thanks for saying it. I was trying to avoid the hot and bothered crabs.
You can't get away from the hot and bothered crabs. That will never die. Hot and bothered crabs will continue.
Yeah, and them never dying is why it's such a good answer, because they're fighting to survive. But the problem with that answer, and the problem with really anything at a paramount level of succeeding, is where do you go from the top? And for months, I've known that this episode was coming, and for months, every time I eat anything, I think, will this be better than a whole seafood boil in a food fight? And even the things that I don't eat. I'm just seeing things, like I'm scrolling Instagram, going through recipes. There was one time I spent about an hour and a half going through this recipe page. I'm not great at cooking. And I'm not gonna pretend to be great at cooking. I wasn't looking for something to cook. I was looking for something to fight with. And nothing.
You were shopping for weapons.
Yes. I was window shopping for war.
For war.
And I couldn't find a single damn thing better than a whole seafood boil.
I like to think that for the last 6 months, and I don't just like to think, I know that for the last 6 months, every single time that you've sat down to eat a meal, you've looked at it before you take that first bite and go, would this be more effective in combat than a partially cooked crab?
And the thing is, it's beautiful. You know, the dedication that I have to this craft.
It is, and I appreciate it quite a lot.
But do you know how much of a curse it is to look at food and be like, this is a weapon? This could be a weapon, but it won't, because it won't matter, because it's not better than hot and bothered crabs.
So what I'm hearing is that we destroyed you.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of food to begin with.
Oh my God.
But now it's just been like,
It's a curse.
now it's just been like, crabs would kick this guy's ass, and it's like a plate of fries.
To quote you from the first one, I think you need to meditate.
Oh my God, I did say that, didn't I?
You did.
Wow.
You said it to me, and now I'm saying it to you.
Because you were getting worked up about the taco, like the food cube.
Is that what it was?
Was
Yeah.
that what it was?
Cube.
I don't know. There was a few different topics.
The cube rule of food.
Yeah.
Or was it the broth?
The broth.
Oh,
That
it was
me.
something.
Yeah.
Anyways, not to revisit the past for too long, I have a new question for you guys. What do you think is the objective worst sauce?
Mustard, yellow mustard.
I agree with you.
Yellow mustard's not bad. What are your thoughts on honey mustard going off?
Honey
of that?
mustard. Honey mustard is better.
It's better, but it's not good.
Interesting.
I'm a honey
It's not
mustard.
good.
Yeah, this
I'm a
is
honey
like
mustard
honey
man.
mustard enjoyers, honey mustard haters over there.
I don't like mustard in any sense of the word.
How
so
much honey would I have to put in your honey mustard for you to enjoy it?
So I don't think
ever.
that honey mustard is just honey and mustard.
I think there's more.
Sometimes.
Is it?
Sometimes, yeah.
I feel like
Really?
It's like when they manufacture it in like companies, they put a little bit more work into it, but you can just make honey mustard and
Wow.
it tastes. You have to put more honey than you think because
A lot.
the overpowering mustard is really hard.
Yeah. Wow.
Or some sugar. That's what we used to do when I was a kid because my parents didn't want to buy honey mustard, but we had mustard and we had
we get
honey.
honey mustard? We have
so they
mustard
did that,
and honey
and then,
at
yeah,
home.
it would be, and then maybe like a little
Honey
bit of
mustard at
sugar
home.
because again, overpowering mustard is hard. But
Yeah.
I appreciate the hustle. I
Yeah.
really
That
appreciate
is
the hustle. That's
impressive.
disgusting, but I admire it.
It is.
Never tell me about that again.
Well, something that I've tried is that rather than just regular mustard, you take honey mustard that's already honey mustard, and then you add more honey to it, and it's double honey mustard. That was
Double
pretty
honey
good.
mustard?
Double honey mustard.
Because we did that. Because we bought some honey mustard that's not
It wasn't very good.
It's not very honey-y. It's pretty mustardy. And so we mixed more honey into the honey mustard, and that makes it better. I don't know. I think the worst sauce is like horseradish sauce.
Oh,
Sauce?
yeah.
Sauce?
Yeah.
Sauce.
Horse? What? What is it? Sorry.
Horseradish
Horseradish.
Horseradish sauce. Because it's like spicy and then it
atrocious.
has like no flavor. It's just spicy cream. I don't like spicy cream.
It is exactly
So
spicy
I
cream.
respect your opinion on honey mustard. However, I feel like horseradish sauce is a bigger enemy.
It is worse.
I might catch some flack for this one. I'm going to say ketchup. I don't like ketchup.
Okay, well then you're
Yeah.
objectively wrong.
Well,
I'm not a ketchup guy.
Well then you said objectively worse, and that is
I just
objectively
feel
wrong.
like there are
So-
worse. Like I understand. Like I know.
Okay,
like
you
people
can
either
dislike
like
it, but
ketchup
there are
or they
worse
don't like
ones.
ketchup. I feel like you're just
You're right.
saying that to be controversial.
You know,
Are you just
you're
trying to be
100%
controversial
right.
on Friendly
I
Fire?
am trying to be controversial. I'm trying to start a food fight. And yeah, I'm trying to.
Well,
I'm,
perfect.
You know
I
what?
brought
Just
my
because-
weapon.
Just because of that, I'm going to stand by it.
Imagine.
Ketchup is objectively the worst sauce on anything.
That's okay.
so I think unfortunately there is a valid argument to that, which is that you can use mustard for like marinating and braising meats, and you can use other sauces that suck in cooking, like mayo. I hate mayo,
Yeah.
but
mayo.
you need it for a lot
Oh
of
my
casseroles, and you
God.
need it for as a binding agent. Ketchup, it's not really useful in anything other than being a condiment. So if you
anything, it's
don't
just-
like it, there's no use you can get out of it. If you don't like mustard,
That's
like me,
valid.
I don't like yellow mustard, but there are times where it's
Right,
like this
So
recipe calls for
ketchup is
mustard.
just the only real actual condiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, dedicated to the craft.
Ketchup is, yeah.
Ketchup, that's
admirable.
Condiment
that is
through
quite
and through. There's
condiment
no other
through and
practical
through.
purposes for ketchup.
Yeah. What about like Worcestershire sauce?
Worcestershire sauce?
I'm just pulling out all the weird name ones, but I know yes, that's
I've used
not
that
just a
for cooking
condiment.
a
People
lot.
use that
Yeah,
for cooking.
it's
But
super useful.
I just wanted to say Worcestershire.
I will say
I
also-
apparently didn't. want to say
Worcestershire,
it.
char.
I think ranch is also on the same level of not having anything else going for it.
True.
Besides it being a
Although more
condiment.
people will use ranch.
I will use ranch.
I have an opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a hot take this is going to be, but I think and I full-heartedly believe that Caesar salad dressing is a direct upgrade to ranch dressing. Direct upgrade. There is no better sauce for a salad than Caesar salad dressing, and that's because a lot of people like ranch. I also, and maybe this comes from, I like sharp cheeses. That seems out of nowhere. I promise I'll get there. Sharp cheese, you get some like Swiss cheese, like very mild, but then you get like some sharp cheddar. Very nice. Ranch is essentially the Swiss cheese version
See,
of
I
Caesar's salad
wholeheartedly
dressing.
disagree.
happening
I
right
was
now?
gonna say that ranch is tangier than Caesar. So if you want more tang or sharpness, then you would go with
Sharpness.
ranch. But I'm not disagreeing with you necessarily. I like
It
Caesar
has a
dressing
smoother
more.
taste. I think that ranch
Exactly,
is
which
smoother
would mean it
than
would be
salad.
softer.
Yeah,
No,
no.
the other
Sorry.
way.
Ranch is smoother. Ranch is
Okay.
smoother than
Whatever.
Caesar.
I am too. Anyways, point is, I think ranch is also on the same level, not of like usability, but like they both are condiments.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you can give me something that you can use
Ranch
ranch in
is-
cooking.
I was gonna say,
I don't know what you can. You can make like
People just
some,
be putting ranch in things.
Dude,
Yeah.
people
Have
be
you ever had
dipping
ranch
things
mashed
in
potatoes?
ranch. No.
Ranch mashed potatoes.
I've
You
not.
put ranch in mashed potatoes.
That doesn't sound
yeah.
bad though.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It helps with like the mashed potato flavor, I guess. But
Yeah.
like it,
Because it make it thicker, I feel.
I don't know.
It makes it thinner.
No, it
Makes
does actually
thinner.
make it thinner.
Waters it up.
So I don't
Interesting.
know. Maybe that is ranch on everything.
Our cameraman,
Our floor
Josh,
man,
today
our
is
camera-
telling us that he puts ranch on everything.
I do too, but I
that's
don't
a crime,
at the same time.
first of all. Do you include pizza in that?
Yeah.
No, don't be putting, ranch doesn't go on pizza,
I remember
man.
in like elementary school, kids would put ranch on
Yeah.
pizza.
Yeah. I feel like kids just had ranch and they just wanted something to dip it in.
I feel like I
Yeah.
have kind of a good follow-up to this.
Mm-hmm.
Because something I noticed that you do a lot is you actually don't use condiments like very often.
No.
You're not really a condiment person.
You just eat things
and
dry?
I am a sauce
Yeah.
enjoyer, and I say this frequently because whenever we have like chicken nuggets or french fries, I want a sauce. I often don't
have
even
to
really
have
care
sauce.
what the sauce is. So I guess that's my question.
It depends.
Do you have to have a condiment with your sides and your things?
I like
or
having
do you
something
just,
to dip it in.
I like
Yeah.
having some, just because it gives
Some-
a little extra like
Yeah.
extra pizzazz if you want it, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to.
I know I was just talking trash on ranch. However, I have a very bad habit. If I have something like a dippable thing, like Caesar dressing, I do dip things in Caesar because it's just tastier than ranch to me. If I have like,
weird, but okay.
Here's the problem. If I have salad and I also have French fries, I'll dip the French fries in the Caesar salad dressing because it's tasty. So I do like some condiment.
I'm gonna disagree with that one.
Yeah.
There, I don't.
No, I think that one's probably pretty weird.
That one is pretty weird.
And it continues. It's not just like things you normally dip, but like chicken sandwich, I'll also dip that. Yeah, why not? Quesadilla, I did this last week. I didn't even mean to. I was eating a quesadilla, didn't realize what I was doing. Dipped it in dressing, took a bite, and I was like, yeah, that's okay.
Oh my God.
That
okay.
one, quesadilla. That one was.
It's pretty inexcusable.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But everything else I can actually see, like I understand. But quesadilla.
I also, because at one of my past jobs, I did see someone dip tacos in honey mustard once. They dipped everything in honey mustard. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to pause that topic because I've accidentally gone over time, and it's now time for our ad. So we'll get back to you in just a second.
We're uniquely centered in this political debate that is happening throughout the United States.
The environment for trans people in Missouri is scary, it's alarming, it's petrifying.
You cannot get what you think is best from books or from sermons or from pastors. You get them from the mouths of the people who you're affecting.
I've been pretty scared about some of the ideas that have been thrown out.
It's just worrying with the direction they want to take the whole country. It's just kind of silly to me.
It's just trying to keep this real issue, these people, away and hidden.
And I think a lot of people, cis people included, feel helpless to do anything about it.
In general, the theme is we are restricting the ability for these individuals to be able to thrive and actually succeed in our state.
And we're back. The next thing I have to ask, what do you guys think is the best thing to put on toast? Wake up in the morning, you want some hot bread, hot dry bread. What you putting on that
hot
bread?
dry bread. I love some good hot dry bread.
It's pretty good.
It's better than cold moist bread.
I don't know if there's anything I'd rather not eat than cold wet bread. I don't care what made it wet, but if it's cold and wet, I don't want it.
Oh man.
Anyway, sorry to put that into your heads.
Toast.
I'm a good old peanut butter, classic peanut butter
Peanut butter on toast?
Peanut butter
Crunchy or
and toast.
smooth?
Crunchy or smooth?
Smooth.
Okay. Both are good answers, honestly. I'm a peanut butter enjoyer
Crunchy
no matter
can
what.
happen sometimes, but I'm very. Ooh, I have a controversial topic to talk about in a second. What do you like on your toast?
I was just gonna say, peanut butter is an interesting choice. I'm a fan. Just
interesting choice.
Yeah, because I've tried it. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It melts, and melty peanut butter sucks.
I disagree with that actually completely because I think melty peanut butter is really good.
It is really good. It is really good, but it's a hassle. You have to fight it. It runs all over your fingies. It's hot. It's sticky. It's a mess.
You're an adult.
I know.
You're not a child.
I'm an adult and I don't want to deal with the issues of hot peanut butter.
Immediately,
the capabilities to like
clean yourself.
Do you cut the crust off too?
No, but I don't appreciate the patronizing remarks.
All right, what do you put on your toast?
So you know how people will be like, there are depression foods. It's like foods that you consistently eat. So literally just toast with butter on it is a very consistent food of mine. When I have a toaster near me, unfortunately here I don't have a toaster, but
we do.
Yeah, when I just need to like eat something, and like it doesn't provide a whole lot of nutrients, but it's better than like when I'm super depressed and I can't eat anything.
When I was younger, my parents would. Well, I used to, but like. I want to again because it actually sounds really good now. It would be like
say
toast.
The cinnamon sugar?
No. It was toast, peanut butter, and bananas.
That's one's also good. I forgot
about that.
Yeah, butter with cinnamon and sugar.
I never had that.
Ooh,
I feel like I'm missing out.
It's really good.
It's so
toast, cinnamon, and sugar. That sounds amazing. Yeah. So,
I need to try this again. It's so good. You get like it's like 1/3 cinnamon. It's like 1 part cinnamon, 3 parts sugar. Mix that together. Spread butter on toast and sprinkle it on. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, as a kid, we had a jar that we made of the cinnamon sugar. Yep. It would just always be there.
I did that at my grandma's house.
Nolan, what do you put on your toast?
If I don't really eat like straight up just white bread toast. So if I'm gonna have toast, it's gonna be cinnamon raisin.
Ooh,
and then I'm just gonna put butter on it because it doesn't need anything else.
Cinnamon raisin bread is so.
It really is because I mean, raisins. I think raisins get a really bad rep.
They do.
I like raisins. I like Raisin Bran, the cereal.
I don't even know if you're lying
I don't
or
even
not,
care.
but
I'm not lying.
I
Why
think
would
it's
I
one
lie? I
of those
don't
things.
commit.
It's kind of like
I fully enjoy raisins.
it's one of those like adult things where like kids don't like it, but then as you become
No,
older, you're
I've
like,
met
you know,
plenty of adults that dislike
Raisins aren't
raisins with
bad.
everything in their soul.
Yeah, but they're wrong, and they need to
They
grow
are
up.
wrong, but like I've had to grow up with people being like, you like, because it's like the oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yeah.
People are like, they're
Those
so
are good.
gross. And I'm like,
Those are
they are
so good.
so good.
Yes.
They get really gooey. You don't get that with a lot of chocolate chip cookies.
And also, I
but-
hate like really solid like rock like cookies. If they're not soft, I'm not gonna eat it. So oatmeal raisin cookies are always the right texture, and it's great.
The best, like, can I say this? The best oatmeal raisin cookies I ever had was actually when I was in the hospital. Like,
Really?
The dining place that they had there had the best oatmeal raisin cookies, and like I've never had an oatmeal raisin cookie that's as good as theirs.
That's how I feel with the dining hall here on campus. I'm like, you wouldn't expect. They're like, it's like all the foods that are supposed to be bad are like really good, and then the stuff that you'd be
That's,
like,
like,
dang,
normal?
this is great. It's it's questionable sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was going to mention this. So I don't like applesauce, but I do, however, like the chunky applesauce.
What is chunky
Chunky
applesauce?
Yeah,
applesauce?
that's what I was gonna say.
That's a thing?
It's got like little bits of apple in it.
I didn't
That's
know that.
fair.
Yeah,
I
no, that
haven't
doesn't
had
sound
that, but I
bad.
feel like, yeah.
If it didn't make my
because
mouth
I
itch, I don't
understand,
know.
yeah. Even like
The
with
texture
mashed
of-
potatoes, or sometimes
Yeah.
if I'm eating things that are like soft too
There's a
much,
bit of a clump.
that it like starts to turn into like, this is bad.
It
But
tastes
so
gross.
I like mashed
Yeah.
potatoes with big potato chunks in them. Guacamole, I like when they have
Yes,
big chunks of avocado.
exactly.
Yes.
And so that's kind of.
I'm on board with this.
I'm so glad you're on board with this because I've not. Everyone that I've talked to is like, because the concept of chunky applesauce sounds really gross.
Yeah,
as like
no,
a
it doesn't
whole.
sound great.
But I don't know how else I'd phrase
I
it.
know why. It's the autism.
It's the.
It's the autism.
Anyways,
Food texture bad.
Food texture bad and chunky applesauce good make texture feel good.
Yep.
It's good.
so I think for our last topic before I sign off, assuming that this is as fruitful of an endeavor as I expect it to be.
Fruitful?
I get it.
What?
That was cool.
Fruit puns! What do you think would be the food that would be the most fun to microwave?
Probably a fork.
That's not a food. Fork is not a food.
That's
Can't
food
eat a fork.
adjacent.
That's what I said. I said metal when he told me this earlier because I was like,
Metal is
metal.
not a food. You can't eat metal.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
repeat the question.
What food, keyword food, do you think would be the most fun to microwave?
Leftovers with tinfoil on them.
Fair argument.
I'm sorry. Has nobody like?
I'm gonna pull inspiration. Watermelon. I never want to microwave watermelon.
I want to microwave like a whole watermelon.
I think that
Put
would
the whole
explode.
thing. Exactly what I want to do. It go.
Surely. Surely.
Okay,
it
so
would
you guys are allowed
Alright.
to explode stuff in the microwave, but when it's my turn.
But not.
'Cause I said
Because
food.
this is watermelon isn't metal. It's food.
Okay.
Metal. Well,
What food
actually,
do you think would explode
actually
then?
though, in Nolan's defense, we talked about goats being able to eat metal once. So technically,
Goat food.
goat
Can.
food.
That's why they're always eating it in
cans.
cartoons. They got the
goats.
bent up tin can with like the lid up. It's always the same can.
It's always the same can. So
We would microwave
technically-
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
What is
can't think
your?
of food
What
right
is?
now.
What is?
Okay.
What is your?
Okay.
Fun food. I don't know.
Not even fun. What do you want to? What do you think would either be bad or fun?
Something
Something to
wild.
microwave
Like
that would
just,
be
I
wild.
just keep going back to the one time when we were sick with COVID and we were microwaving soup and it quite literally jumped.
I've had soup do
But
that
here's
before.
the thing,
Why
like
does
I
soup
don't
jump?
enjoy the aftermath of that because cleaning soup from a microwave
I
is
know.
the worst experience ever.
Have you
Because
ever
it's always like
accidentally?
slightly
So I would
warm
say
and then
that's the
sticky,
most
and it's
fun.
It's not fun, but it.
Hear me out. A bowl of cereal. Turn straight cereal that maybe you like
Straight
mash it up like
Turn it
Raisin
into a
Bran, for
puree.
example, and no, turn it into oatmeal. I want to
Turn it into
experiment with that.
oatmeal.
Can you turn just cereal into oatmeal? Because that's what oatmeal
Okay.
is.
I don't-
No, I'm actually
That's
on
not
board.
what oatmeal is, but
Well,
okay.
Okay, they call it
kinda
half
is. I'm on
cereal.
board.
We will
I feel
experiment.
like it'd be fun.
You need to experiment that and get back to us. And next season when we do this again.
Again?
Yeah.
This is
Round
the
three.
one true line
This is gonna-
through
yeah.
all
Yeah.
the friendly
Yes.
fire.
When we do this again, I'm gonna have you talk about whether or not you turn cereal into oatmeal because I'm very, very interested in the fact that you can maybe turn cereal into oatmeal.
And with that shocking revelation,
Yeah.
I don't really know where to go from here, so it looks like I'm just
Now
going to
we
end the show.
Fight.
Now we're
Fight
gonna
the food.
physically fist fight
We've
off
done the
camera.
food part.
No, food fight, not fist fight. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
food,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sorry, we're food fighting
fight.
off camera.
Don't worry.
Food
We're
fight.
not gonna hurt
In
anyone.
the parking
Food
lot
fight.
with socks full of nails.
I want a butter sock. Give me a butter sock.
Butter sock. Dude, butter sock would go. That would
Anyways,
Anyways.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
Yes.
If you've stayed this long,
we appreciate it.
You are a soldier. Anyways, well, we'll see you next season, I guess.
Crazy to think it's already the end.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everyone who worked on the show as well. Something we forgot to call out in the past.
You know what we never did at the start? Introductions. Who am I?
You're Icarus.
To be fair, I don't need an introduction.
Icarus and Nolan are here as our final guests on our final episode of this season. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
See you next season.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. It's gonna go to Camp 4. It is. Hello, Camp 4. Hello, how are you? Goodbye.